I'm Kerry, speech language pathologist and co-founder of Cheat Sheet Speech. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to play with the egg puzzle to promote language using our cheat sheet. So first I'm going to walk you through this how to play section, which is a step-by-step guide for how to use language when you're playing with the egg puzzle. Then I'm going to walk you through some of these in the level up section, which are just some language strategies that we use as speech therapists to promote more language opportunities. All right, so now we need to decide what we want to say. Do we want to model single words, 2 words, or simple phrases? And that's just going to depend on the communication goal for your child. Today I'm going to work on 2-word phrases, and those are great if you have a kiddo that's currently using single words and you want to expand their utterances, or if you have a child who's about to turn 2 years of age. At 2, we want to start using some of those 2-word combinations. Let's get started. So first I'm going to knock on that puzzle and I'll go knock, knock, knock. Who's there? And wait. I'm going to see if the child models that verbal production or that motor piece, and if they knock on that puzzle. If they just knock on the puzzle and don't use a verbal production, that's okay. I'm just going to model it for them. So if they're knocking, I'll go knock, knock, knock. Who's there? And then we'll model another 2-word phrase. Open egg. Open egg. And then open up the egg. All right, so now I have my object in there, so I'm going to model another 2-word phrase. Look, bunny. And I'm going to bring it up to my mouth so they can see me modeling that phrase while I have that visual model of the object. Look, bunny. And then to add some more language, I might be like, hi, bunny, and see if they try that verbal production. Hi, bunny. Or I'm going to show an action with this bunny. So I'm going to say bunny hop, 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 and then give the child the object. That's just showing them a way they can play with the toy, which is going to expand their language. All right, so we're going to do that for another puzzle piece. So knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Open egg. Open, open egg. Look, carrot. Look, carrot. Eat carrot. Eat carrot. Mmm, yummy carrot. And give the child the carrot. Okay, so now we have all of our puzzle pieces out and we're going to try to put them back in the puzzle. This is a great time to work on identifying objects or following directions. So I might say, bye bunny, and wait and see if the child picks up the bunny. If your child's still working on identifying objects, then I'll say like, bye bunny, and I'll point to the bunny to help them. So then we'll put the bunny in, and just to add some more language, when I put the egg on top, I'm gonna say, night, night, bunny, good night, shh, bunny's sleeping, night, night. It's just an opportunity for me to model more 2-word phrases and just give them a way to play with this puzzle. I'm encouraging pretend play, which is encouraging more language. So same thing with the carrot. Bye, carrot. Night, night, carrot. Shh, carrot's sleeping. All done puzzle. So that is how you can use language when playing with this puzzle. Now I'm going to talk to you about some of these in our level up section. So the first one I'm going to talk to you about is using that following directions piece. So we already talked a little bit about this, but some other ways that you can expand their language and expand their play is by taking these little pieces and then putting them around the room. So instead of taking everything out, you might hide them and put them around the room. This is great for working on following directions with prepositions as well. So I might put one under the chair and I might put one on top of the chair and say like, find the piece under, look, under the chair, and then have them grab that puzzle piece. And that would be great too with the egg toppers, because then you can just say like, find the egg on the chair, so that there's still they're both eggs, but they still have to decide which one is on the chair and which one's under the chair. All right, the next level up opportunity I'm going to talk to you about is this support one. So using some visuals to help. So what I might do is I might match these with some colors. So I could get some little like pieces of construction paper and then have them match the pink with the pink. Or I might put some tape over the puzzle pieces to help them request for help when opening. So if I tape all these puzzle pieces, then I can ask for help, and that's a great way for us to model help with that puzzle piece. And then they have to help me open it and take out the piece. So many fun ways to play with this puzzle and so much language to use with the puzzle. I will put the Amazon affiliate link for the puzzle in the caption. And then our cheat sheets are on cheatsheetspeech.com. If you have any questions or other ideas for how you can play with the egg puzzle, please leave them in the comments, and have a great day. Thank you.